Hi guys, Dave Naranjo here from LinkedInConnect.com, and today I wanted to make a quick tutorial video on how to use groups to connect with people in your target niche. Now, anyone who's been doing LinkedIn marketing for some time knows that, in the past, groups were an extremely effective way to generate leads because, for one thing, if you were accepted as a member of a group, you can message any one of those members in that group for free. You can message literally thousands of people a day at one point in time, and you would generate leads for sure from that. Of course, like any type of mass messaging, people started abusing it, myself included. At one time, I got hyper. I got a program that allowed me to send out messages to people, and I was working for a software company, and they did a lot of group messaging to generate leads, and I went overboard. I started sending 500, 1,000 messages a day, when I really should have just been sending maybe 100, 200 messages a day at most, but I was getting a ton of leads. But then I actually started stepping on the toes of some of my fellow employees because they were also contacting people, but I was contacting everyone. So mass messaging in the end is not a great way to do things. And LinkedIn realized this, and so they cut out the ability to be able to send out messages to group members. You can still send messages, but you can send now only 15 messages total across the groups that you're members of. So you can only send 15 messages total, not 15 messages per group. That's 15 messages total across the group. Anything else, if you want to message people that are outside of your network, that are not first level connections, you're going to have to get a premium account, and then you can really only send, 50, 75 in-mail messages. So it's not really effective. In order to generate leads, if your goal is to generate leads for your business or yourself, you have to message more people than that. But groups are still a very effective way to do this, and this is what I'm going to show you. So the best thing to do is to think of groups in 2 or 3 different ways. There are the largest groups on LinkedIn. These are groups that have almost 1 million members, a couple 100,000 members at the very least, and the benefit of becoming a member of some of the largest groups, well, for one thing, they usually take on all comers. So, they're not really too picky about the members they accept into their group. And the thing is, even if the group is totally not in a niche that you're looking for, chances are people that are in your niche will be members of that group. And if they're members of the group, that means you could send them a connection request without having to tell LinkedIn how you know them. So that's a very effective method for getting connected with people, or at least being able to send a connection request to them by being a part of the same group. So they're the largest groups on LinkedIn, and then there's also targeted groups within whatever niche that you're trying to reach. So, for instance, let's say you wanted to target attorneys in California. Let's look for attorneys in California. Well, there's 23 groups for attorneys in California. From what I'm seeing, really, there's not too many large ones. When I join groups, I usually like to join the largest groups. Here we go, California lawyers, 1,600 members. That's pretty good. So I would try to join that, and if I got accepted in there, I would be able to actually send all of their members a connection request without going to their profile page to send them a connection request. So let me just give you an example. Let me see if I could find it within my own network here of people that I'm group members with, but I'm not first level connections with yet. Okay, so I have a lot of first level connections that are already group members, but definitely not 2 million. But the benefit of being connected by being in the same group as someone is pretty substantial. And let me just go a couple pages deep into the results here. So now, this little blue connect button really is a magic for generating leads. I know that for every 100 connection requests that I send out, usually in any niche. This could be to doctors or attorneys or what have you. Even these doctors and attorneys in the past were very hard people to get in touch with. But with social media, the way it is now, and the culture on LinkedIn, for about every 100 requests that I send out, about 20 to 30 people are going to accept that request. If someone was not a group member, if they were like a third level connection, I would actually have to visit their page, on LinkedIn, how I know them. So let's take a look at Olga here. This is a third level connection and not a group member, not a person that I'm in the group with. I would have to go to her page. I'd have to press connect. And then I have to tell LinkedIn how I know Olga. Now, if I pick the friend option, there is actually a chance that Olga might take a look at me and say, well, I don't know this guy. I am going to hit the I don't know him selection. And if you get enough people, if you're sending connection requests and you get enough people that say that they don't know you, LinkedIn will limit your ability to send out connection requests. So the more people you do this to, even though LinkedIn can send an invitation to her this way, she's going to see that I said I'm her friend. She doesn't know me. She might complain for that reason because I'm not her friend. I have no idea who she is. However, when you send connection requests by just clicking the button, you can send out connection requests much faster, and it goes out directly from LinkedIn. So it just says, Dave would like to connect with you here on LinkedIn. It just sends out an ordinary request. It doesn't say, if you're a friend or anything like this. So what I found is that you get much less complaints when you're able to do this, and it's much faster. You don't have to visit each page. So if you know that you have people in a certain niche that make up, they're in certain groups. If you become members of, a few of these larger groups, and these are in the niches that you want to target, join those groups for sure. Because once you're accepted in, then you'll have these kind of results within the niche that you're looking for. So let's say I wanted to reach all HR technology experts, and I was members of 10 different groups that had HR technology experts in there. I'd be able to do an advanced search, look for people with the title HR expert, and even see how many people I have. That title in groups. I have 16,000 people that are HR people that are in the same groups that I am. So if I wanted to connect with these people, this is a wonderful, quick way to do it, because now I can just go through and click connect with these people, and 30% or so will accept the connection request. And once they do, then I can message them. So if I send out 500 requests, I'm going to have about 150 people that I can send a message to directly on LinkedIn. And if you send a targeted message that's well crafted, you will generate leads from it. So I hope this was helpful, and use some of these tricks. If you're looking to generate leads on LinkedIn, this is the way to do it. You have to connect with people first. You have to connect with a targeted audience if you want to generate leads. That's the first step. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to add me on Skype. My Skype ID is b2b.leads. You can also email me at dave@linkedInconnect.com. I'd be happy to answer any kind of LinkedIn questions that you have. Thank you. Take care. Bye.